Whether you're looking at it from a hardware perspective or a software one, there's no denying that the PS5 user experience has been a solid one in the early years of its life. But of course, there's always ways to optimize that experience and elevate it even further, which usually happens in the form of accessories. There is no shortage of those for the PS5, with more than a few great options available across a range of categories. Here, we're going to talk about a few of the console's best accessories. A note before we begin, this feature is not sponsored and not affiliated with any of the products mentioned in any way. DualSense Edge. There was heavy demand for an official Pro controller for the PS5, and though Sony took its time relenting to that demand, when it did so with a great product. For those who spend a considerable amount of time playing games on the PS5, the $200 DualSense Edge is a controller well worth keeping an eye on. From its abundance of customizability options to the improved quality of its design, it's a noticeable leap over the base DualSense, which is already an excellent controller. PSVR 2. VR remains a niche market, and at this point, there's a good chance that it always will. But for those who are invested in VR gaming, the PSVR 2 holds a lot of promise. Design and spec upgrades for the headset, improved and completely redesigned controllers, and significant improvements in ease of use make it a marked step up over the original PSVR. Of course, it remains to be seen how well it'll be supported with software in the months and years ahead, and its price point is decidedly a steep one at $550, but there's no denying that there's a lot of potential here. Pulse 3D headset. Buying a headset along with a new console is often high on the list of priorities for people, and when it comes to the PS5, the official Sony-made accessory is genuinely one of the better options out there. The Pulse 3D headset has excellent build quality and is extremely comfortable to wear, and most importantly, it boasts great audio quality that leverages the console's 3D audio engine in all the ways that it should, and all of that at a pretty reasonable price of $100. SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pro wireless headset. If you're looking for headset alternatives, you'll find plenty of options from third-party manufacturers. Of these, while the SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pro is one of the costlier ones at $350, if you do have the money to spend on an excellent headset, it's well worth a look. It's an excellent product in a number of key areas, from its audio quality to noise cancellation, from how comfortable and durable it is, to its surprisingly lengthy battery life. Odyssey Penrose. If you want another headset option well worth considering, once again on the costlier end of things at $300, the Odyssey Penrose is worth a look. With low latency and excellent audio quality, it's a good option, though it does come with some caveats, including its battery life, for instance. It's probably not as safe of a choice as the aforementioned Arctis Nova, but it's still a great alternative. Media remote. Playing games is obviously the primary use for a console, but in this day and age, that's far from their only use. They're fully fledged multimedia hubs, with all the features and capabilities that you'd expect from something like that, though navigating all of that with a controller can be cumbersome, to say the very least. Sony's official media remote is a great pickup at $30 for anyone looking to address that problem. It's a simple design, but it's effective in its simplicity and erases a great deal of the friction that usually comes with using consoles as multimedia hubs. Backbone One controller. Yes, remote play and game streaming on phones is something that only a fraction of the gaming audience tends to bother with, but for those who are interested, the Backbone One controller is more or less a must-have. Priced at $100, it easily attaches to your phone and delivers a seamless experience, where you're essentially playing console games on the device without any restrictions where controls and inputs are concerned. Latency issues tend to be negligible for the most part, while the native PS Remote Play integration also makes the experience that much more convenient. Console covers. One of the biggest strengths of the PS5's sort of modular design is its potential for customizability. Sure, that basically boils down to just its covers, or flaps, or whatever you want to call them, but there are some really good options out there. Sony itself has 5 different colors available for $55 a piece for those who don't want the default white console covers, while there's also plenty of third parties who provide plenty of other options. Nexigo PS5 Silent Cooling Stand. Don't be fooled by the name, because this is more than just a cooling stand. It's a hub for plenty else that you want to do with your console. On top of the cooling functionality, it also serves as a charging dock for 2 controllers, features multiple slots and adapters, has a mini shelf where you could put a number of game boxes, includes a headset holder, and comes with LED RGB lights just to make things a little bit prettier, all for the price of $45. Seagate Fire Cuda 530 SSD. Storage space continues to become more and more of a premium as games' sizes grow increasingly more ridiculous, which means buying an SSD expansion is something that a great many people will consider. In that arena, the Seagate Cuda 530 SSD is a great option. Officially supported by the PS5, the internal SSD expansion offers 4 options for storage capacity from 500GB, which costs $85, to 4TB, which costs $480, and boasts great speeds of transfer, while also being a fairly reasonable price, at least depending on which variant you're getting. Thrustmaster T248 steering wheel. Steering wheel accessories don't exactly have mass market appeal, but if you are looking to take your experience with racing games on the PS5 to the next level, the Thrustmaster T248 is undoubtedly the way to go. With magnetic paddles and pedals, a hybrid system that affords its much higher power, an impressive range of input options and customizability and remapping features, and a sleek-looking dashboard, there's a lot to be impressed by with this $400 pickup. Victrix Pro FS Arcade Fight Stick. Arcade fight sticks are similar to steering wheel accessories, designed with a very particular set of the audience in mind, but those who do prefer to optimize their fighting game experiences with fight sticks should definitely be giving the Victrix Pro FS a look. Costing $400, on top of faster response times and quite a durable and comfortable form factor, it also makes modding a very frictionless process thanks to its back panel. Kiwi Home Horizontal Cooling Fan. Though it doesn't happen all too often, the possibility of your console overheating is still something that can ever be totally discarded, especially depending on what sort of a setup you have and where you're actually keeping your console. Cooling fans can, as such, come incredibly handy, and the Kiwi Home Horizontal Fan, priced at $25, is a great option in that category. On top of being efficient at its primary purpose, it's also incredibly easy to plug in and use, tends to be fairly quiet for the most part, and even comes with an LED light, because why not? Retro logo. Obviously, this is a purely cosmetic accessory, as opposed to everything else that we've spoken of here, but it's one that the PlayStation fans in particular will appreciate. Customazing's retro PlayStation logo is exactly what it sounds like, the PS logo styled after the PS1 era that can be attached to a small corner of your console. It's pretty cheap at just $10 and looks good, and well, that's pretty much all there is to it. RGB Console Cables. Again, this is a purely cosmetic kind of accessory, but it's also very undeniably eye-catching. We all love a good setup with pretty lighting, and there's a way to elevate that in the most granular of ways. For instance, the $28 Yuan Hot LED RGB light strip can be attached to the insides of your console covers to vividly light it up. Then there's the $17 Play Vital illuminated charging cable for your controllers, which, well, is exactly what it sounds like. So what are your thoughts on this? Go ahead and share them in the comments below. And if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon to get new video updates. We upload every day and would really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching.